So traffic.
On the westbound 403 from the 410 and the collectors to approaching Huron, Ontario. So it's a little closer to Huron, Ontario. Westbound on the QEW approaching Dorval, the HOV and two left lanes are blocked, and that's due to a collision. A huge backup here. Westbound QEW is completely jammed from Full Drive to approaching Dorval. Then it's busy approaching Appleby to North Shore, and extensive delays westbound on the Lake Shore from just west of Guelph Line to East Fort. That is because of a closure in Burlington. North Shore is shut down in both directions between Francis and Maple, so that's under the QEW. All lanes closed for a collision investigation. We also have terrible delays in Hampton, more specifically through Ancaster. Eastbound on the 403 is jammed approaching Wilson onto the Lincoln Alexander Parkway, where there's a collision approaching Garth that's blocking the left lane. Very heavy traffic on the opposite side of the link as well, from Red Hill to approaching the 403. Northbound on Bayview, approaching Shepherd, the two right lanes are blocked. That's due to a collision, so a very heavy backup from Lawrence. It's not too much better northbound on Young, but overall a better drive northbound on Leslie. In Richmond Hill, King Road is closed in both directions east of Bathurst. That's for a collision investigation. If you're heading out of downtown, westbound on the Lake Shore, we've had a collision report, or a stalled vehicle rather, just west of Sherbourne. That was in the center lane. Delays westbound Lake Shore from Cherry to York, and it's very busy westbound Gardner from the DVP to the 427 ramp. Drive into your locally owned and operated Mr. Lube. From oil changes to tires and batteries, Mr. Lube, open every day and until 8 p.m. on weeknights. No appointment needed. Electric Peter here, live on the radio. Here's the forecast with Natasha Ranta. I must be cheap. My voice is doing the same thing, Jerry. Overnight tonight, 6 degrees, and we've got mainly clear skies. Tomorrow we're going to start to see some more of that smoke in the atmosphere, but increasing cloud. The smoke should stay aloft, not make its way down to the surface. We've got 23 degrees for a high. So it's warmer than today. We've got rain Friday evening. It's starting after about 8 p.m. Picking up in intensity after midnight. It's a good 20 to 30 millimeters, and it will still be raining for the first half of Saturday. Sunny breaks in the afternoon with 18 degrees. Overnight tonight, down to a low of 6 degrees. It's currently 13 degrees at Pearson. Now time for the Dynamic Funds Market Minute. Let's go over to the Business Center. Here's Richard Center.
Stock benchmarks ended the day higher, although the TSX was up only 1 point to 20,297, held back by a price of gold that dropped $25. Oil down almost $1 to $71.95 per barrel. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 115 points. The S&P up 1%. NASDAQ up 188. Walmart up more than 1% on strong earnings. Canadian dollar pulling back down to 74.03 cents U.S. This is City News.
When the cost of living rises, how you invest matters. A financial advisor can help you make sense of it all. Now's the time to invest with advice. Visit dynamic.ca/advice. Embrace Louis. The all-new 2023 Maserati Grecale GT. Merging performance, tradition, and innovation. An exceptional SUV with an all-inclusive price starting from $80,190. Lease for $515 plus tax bi-weekly for 4 years. 10% down, 12,000 kilometers a year. Visit Maserati Postville or Maserati of Ontario. Part of our very autonomous. See dealer for details.
First new message. Hi, Maria. I'm calling about your boyfriend. He's been checking out our lawnmower again. Can you talk to him, please? Hi, me again. I don't know if you got my message. He's sitting on it now and making motor sound. Hi. Thanks for talking to him. He finally quit with the lawnmower, but now he's after a new barbecue.
Your neighbor's going to be jealous with Rona Week. Until Sunday, get 30% off all regular price patio furniture and stock. Conditions and exclusions apply. Details in the store or at Rona.ca. Watch, listen, connect. This is City News 680 everywhere.
messy divorce as the province begins the process. All three mayors not happy about the split, but Renton's Patrick Brown says they should be getting a big payout. OPP Sergeant Eric Mueller remembered at a funeral today in Ottawa after he was killed in the line of duty last week. And still to come, the latest in the Toronto mayoral race.
Sports, Alex McCarroll. Hey there, James. 7:07 is the first pitch from Rogers Center this evening as the Jays and Yankees wrap up their four-game series. Toronto going for the split as Jose Barrios takes on Nestor Cortez. Of Vladdy Jr.'s right knee feeling a little bit better, but he is still out of the lineup. He might change it this evening. We'll see. Sportsnet 590 and Sportsnet 1 will have the game at 7. Also tonight, Game 1 of the NHL's Eastern Conference Final in Raleigh. The Hurricanes and the Florida Panthers, and Sportsnet will have that at 8. Let's get to golf. Canadian Corey Connors is on the leaderboard as the first round of the PGA Championship continues from Rochester, New York. Connors with a sizzling 3 under 67 today. He is tied for second right now and is sitting one back of leader Bryson DeChambeau. The city of Toronto has released its marketing campaign ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. They're going with blue and green branding, so you might notice the Tower and the Toronto sign is dressed up in those colors today. Toronto and Vancouver will host the games here in Canada. And Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets host LeBron and the Lakers in Game 2 of the Western Finals tonight. Denver leading 1-0, and Denver is 7-0 at home in the playoffs. Tip-off is 8:30. Sports at 15 and 45 pounds every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca.
The 20 times the point event is back at Dr. Drumheart, and it's house there piles on the points. I just opened my QC Ultimate app, download my 20 times the points offer, shop for stuff like cosmetics and gun hair, and I get 30% back in points. And the more points I earn, the more free stuff I can get. Sarah, the 20 times the points event runs May 19th to 20th. In-store only, exclusive to Shoppers Drug Mart. Remember, more points equals more free stuff, and free feels good. Restrictions apply. Details now.
After a record-breaking run, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child will leave Toronto on July 2nd. Don't miss your final chance to see the smash hit critics are raving about. It's genuinely astounding, declares the Globe and Mail. A masterpiece, cheers the CBC. An experience that will blow your mind, says the Toronto Star. Don't miss the magic. Through July 2nd only at the CAA Ed Mervish Theater. Book at mervish.com.
Happening now in Markham, Pacific Mall is closed this hour while police investigate an armed robbery. Officers were called to the mall at Steeles and Kennedy around 3 o'clock. Investigators say the mall will be shut down for some time. No one was hurt. Just as the Constitution traffic on the 9. Here is Select Internet. Thanks, and this report brought to you by Access Storage. Eastbound on the 401, we're seeing delays for Union, alternately trucks collected all the way to east of Dixon. If you're heading northbound on the 115, construction approaching the 407 up to the 35 split. The left lane is blocked. Eastbound Highway 7A, busy into Port Perry. Simcoe, also busy through Port Perry. If you're traveling Port Erie bound on the QEW at last check, it was slow from Red Hill Valley to Fruitland and Keele Street, north of 16th. It looks as though it's closed. We're not sure if it's a crash. You can always update us. Our free traffic tip line, of course, down at 680 northbound 400. Delays north of the 401, up a notch north of King through Highway 9, and then north of Innisfil Beach Road, all the way up to north of Bayfield. With Cottage Country traffic on the 9s, I'm Colette Desjardins. Move over winter gear. It's time for summer. Make room with Access Storage. Affordable and flexible storage solutions at a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Waiting. It's not easy. Waiting for spring. Waiting for that perfect moment. But at Mila, this is the perfect moment to spring into action. I'm Nelson Fresco, president of Mila Canada. Spring sales event. Receive 10% off and a free 5-year warranty. Experience quality craftsmanship and innovation with Mila Premium Home Appliances. But don't wait. This offer ends June 26th. Visit Mila.ca or a retailer near you. Elevate your home with Mila. Why hire the gardener to take care of your lawn? Imagine the time you save. They cut your lawn, clean up and fertilize. The money you save when you bundle their services. The freedom to go out with friends who also hired the gardener. And the envy on your neighbor's face as the green of your perfect lawn reflects off his garden shovel onto his forehead in the shape of an L. Hire the gardener. It's worth it. Visit hirethegardener.com for Make My Yard and Neighbor Green services. Hirethegardener.com.
4:51, time for traffic and weather together on the one. Brought to you by Rogers up in Chopper 680. Here's Kyle Hockey.
Well, everyone's behaving themselves on the 401 at least, so we've got just volume delays as you travel eastbound. Delays begin at Dixie. From that point all the way to Leslie, alternately express and collectors, and it's busy in Scarborough, mainly in the collector lanes from Warden to east of Kennedy. Westbound 401 delays start approaching Broad Street to Salem, a little busy through Kennedy collectors, and then from the 404, alternately express and collectors to Dixon, also approaching Dixie to west of the 410 collectors, and slow through Milton from Jamestown to approaching Guelph Line. From the 680 traffic center, Carrie Prescott.
Westbound on the QEW approaching Dorval, the HOV and two left lanes are blocked, and this is due to a collision with emergency crews on the scene. We have delays on the westbound QEW. It's first busy from Dixie to west of here, Ontario. Then it's basically a parking lot from Ford Drive to approaching Dorval. Westbound 403, there was a collision approaching here, Ontario. That's now on the right shoulder, so no lanes are blocked. That's starting to loosen up the delays. And then westbound 403, you'll find a lineup on the ramp to the QEW in Oakville with that problem. Westbound Lakeshore, extremely slow in Burlington from west of Guelph Line, actually approaching Guelph Line now, all the way to East Forge. This is because of a closure of North Shore. It's shut down in both directions under the QEW, all for a collision investigation. We also have a collision reported on the eastbound Lincoln Alexander Parkway. It's just before Garth, blocking the left lane, so a huge backup onto the eastbound 403 from approaching Wilson. That's a good spot to avoid. A little bit of relief for drivers, though. Northbound on Bayview, approaching Shepherd. That collision has finally cleared, so we should see improvement in these delays. In Richmond Hill King Road, that's still closed in both directions. The east of Bathurst, all for a collision investigation. Up to northbound BDP 404, it's shooting from the Gardner to York Mills and from just north of Finch to Major Mackenzie. Whatever you're in the mood for, Rogers is with you all the way. Enjoy an Ignite TV and Internet bundle for $109.99 a month on a 2-year term. Visit Rogers.com for details. And now with the extended forecast, here's Natasha Ramsa. Hi.
And a bit of up and down in the temperatures in the extended, but I mean, Victoria Day Monday will be the coolest day, but at least we're ending off with sunshine. Tonight, clear skies down to 6 degrees. Tomorrow is the increase in clouds through the day, nice and warm at 23 degrees. A little bit breezy off the lake, but we'll get into rain on Friday night. And then overnight into Saturday, it could be heavy at times, even a slight risk of thunderstorms, especially north of GTA and into cottage country where amounts could be a little higher. This is a good 20 to 30 millimeters for Toronto. And after Saturday morning, we'll get some sunny breaks in the afternoon at 18 degrees and back to sunshine for the rest of the weekend. 22 degrees Sunday, 16 on Monday, and clear skies and 11 degrees at fireworks time. Overnight tonight, down below 6 degrees. It's currently 13 degrees at Pearson.
Wanted. Old air conditioners, dead or alive.
Really? It's true. Right now, Atlas Care Heating and Air Conditioning wants your old AC, dead or alive. And they'll give you up to $5,000 cash back on a new one. Plus, ask Atlas Care how to get another $5,000 in government rebates. That's $10,000. Keep cool this summer and save big with Atlas Care. Google Atlas Care today and let the pros in the green trucks save you big bucks.
Traffic.
Weekend for Toronto's mayoral candidates.
With a couple more debates on tap for next week, most of the well-known candidates out on the campaign trail today making their pitch for your vote. Brad Bradford talking about changing up the way the city hands out contracts. I will open up the tendering process to Toronto's municipal projects. This will expand the city's capacity to get projects built faster with more trades and more workers working on those jobs. Josh Matlow adding another brick onto his housing platform. The housing plan that I'm announcing today is comprehensive, addresses rental, addresses home ownership, and providing more options, and addresses the homelessness crisis. Nixie Hunter, Anna Bilau, and Mark Saunders all also making announcements today. You can learn more about what all the candidates have to say at toronto.citynews.ca. At City Hall, Moment Qureshi, City News.
This is it. Calling all friends and family. Come out on June 18th for the Starlight Investments Journey to Conquer Cancer at Varsity Stadium. Walk or run to raise funds for cancer research at the Princess Margaret. Register today at journeytoconquer.ca. Circle K Fuel Day is back?
Yep, on Thursday, May 18th, 4 to 7 p.m., Circle K is dropping the price of fuel by 10 cents per liter. Discounted right at the pump. Only May 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. Details at CircleK.com. At Honda, when we race, you win. Because the innovation on the racetrack, like the improved safety and Honda sensing technology and greater fuel efficiency with Econ mode, means a better ride for you
2013 release of Grand Theft Auto 5, leading to lifetime sales of 180 million units, making it the second best-selling video game of all time behind just Minecraft. Stock benchmarks higher. On Wall Street, the Dow was up 115 to 33,535. The S&P gained 1%, and the Nasdaq was up 188 points. The Fox was up more than 10%. The U.S. company reporting strong revenue earnings for its latest quarter. Also helping to support Wall Street was another retailer, a big one, Walmart. The stock up 1.3% after it reported strong results for the latest quarter. The TSX was up just 1 point to 20,297, held back by a price of gold that was down $25. The futures price at $1,960 the ounce. Oil down at $71.91 a barrel. The Canadian dollar is 74.03 cents U.S. This is City News.
Business is brought to you by Canadian Western Bank. Big banks can all build a safe, indifferent, inflexible, slow. You need a bank that can see the path ahead for your business, that can be there for every turn, every peak, and every unexpected drop. You know, a bank that's actually easy to work with. Canadian Western Bank is built for business owners. That's why they love it here. It's why you'll love it here too. Visit CWB's new Markham location at 7303 Warden Avenue and our Mississauga location at 2000 Argentia Road. Thinking of selling or buying a home? Visit modernsolution.ca and save money. Don't pay a hefty commission of 5 or 4% when selling your home. Modern Solution Realty provides full service for total 2% commission. 1% for seller agent, 1% for buyer agent. Just total 2%. 1% for each agent. Planning on buying a home? Now get $5,000. $5,000 to use for a down payment or as you wish. Visit modernsolution.ca to learn more. Carroll County Century Traffic, here's Colette. Station 4 brought to you by Foodland, northbound 400, slow north of the 401, off and on north of King, and then north of Innisfil Beach Road to north of Bayfield. With Cottage Country traffic on the 9s and Colette, take your then. Make every barbecue legendary with fresh local finds from Foodland. City News at 5 o'clock.
Toronto's #1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is City News 680 everywhere. It's Thursday, May 18th. I'm James Monroe.
And I'm Caitlin Lee. Here's what's making news this hour.
Letting Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon stand on their own.
Municipalities prepared to become single-tier on January 1st, 2025.
Coming up, how the divorce in Peel region will work.
Now that the province has announced its intent to dissolve Peel region, there are a lot of questions about how it will all work. We get reaction from the experts.
And the unofficial kickoff to summer, Cottage Country traffic coming up on the 9th.
The Blue Jays look to split their 4-game series with the Yankees. We'll head to round 1 of the PGA Championship, and it's game 1 between Carolina and Florida. Sports at 15.
City News at 501.
Traffic and weather together on the 1 brought to you by OLG Airborne. Kyle Hawking.
Well, lots of volume on the 401, but there are no crashes right now where stalled vehicles in the corners slow you down. Lots of volume of traffic, though. It's heavy eastbound from Dixie all the way to Lansing, alternate express to collectors, and Warden to reach to Kennedy collectors. And we have westbound volumes that starts in Durham region, approaching Brock Street to Salem, and then slow 404, alternately express to collectors to Dixon, approaching Dixie to west to the 410 in the collector lanes, and James Snow to approaching Guelph Line. Now westbound 409 looks heavy from the west of Martin Grove on to the northbound 427 ramp from the
Well, I just spent several minutes on the phone with Toronto Transportation trying to find a stalled vehicle that was reported on the westbound Lakeshore west of Sherbourne. It's apparently in the central lane, but we can't even tell which lane is blocked here with this stalled vehicle. Or if it's still there, I should say, because it's basically a parking lot. Westbound Lakeshore completely jammed from Cherry to York. It's like this all the time now because of ongoing construction. Westbound Gardner, it's a slow go as well from the DVP to the 427 ramp. Now westbound on the QEW, approaching Dorval, the HOV and 2 left lanes are still blocked with a collision. That has traffic very heavy from approaching Ford Drive to approaching Dorval. And we still have a closure in Burlington. North Shore is shut down in both directions through the QEW. That is for a collision investigation. So as a result, westbound Lakeshore is extremely slow from approaching Guelph Line to Eastport. And we have a collision on the eastbound link approaching Garth. It's blocking the left lane. Traffic is backed up onto the eastbound 403 from approaching Wilson. Traffic spotters in the area say it looks like that collision is about to clear, though. 5
Queen's Park.
New Year's Day 2025 is when Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon will become their own standalone Tier 1 cities. The Ford government tabled legislation here at Queen's Park today called the Hazel-McCallion Act, which will start the process of dissolving Peel Region. But how all the services that the three cities share will be untangled is yet to be seen. All those decisions will be made by a 5-person transition committee appointed solely by the Premier's housing minister. Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown says his city's owed more than $1 billion from the province to make up for all the services it built, which Mississauga will now use. It's like going for dinner and having one party eat the entire plate, give you an empty plate and say, let's share it now. Will the province pay? Housing Minister Steve Quad.
We believe that the transition board can deal with those matters moving forward. Having a board up to 5 has always been a provincial responsibility.
Mississauga Mayor Bonnie Crosby says independence would save her city $1 billion over 10 years to make it more efficient. At Queen's Park, Richard Southern City News.
So it is the beginning of a very long journey. The city of San Martino taking a look at where we're headed to go.
Denise Harmon Ryder is a bachelor at McMaster University. Back in 2000, chaired the transition board that created the new city of Hamilton, said separating Peel Region will be like a divorce and dividing marital assets, and if an independent tribunal will lead it.
Other towns you have is where you're going to have to negotiate joint custody. Now, what I mean by that is that because for so long you've had a region of Peel, as you were building a sewer line, as you were building water lines, they would have crossed some of these boundaries quite easily.
Zachary Spencer, an associate professor at York University and a former municipal affairs ministry staffer, says there is a cascading array of challenges when it comes to dissolving a regional government.
Today is obviously a big day, but today is the beginning of a very long journey. It's a bit untangled, it's a very complex and historic mix of services and financing and everything else.
In light of the province's announcement, Peel Regional Care has released a statement today that reads the part, there will be no service interruptions for our community. We will continue to serve the people of Peel as this transition happens. From Martino City News. Happening now in Markham, there is a heavy police presence around Pacific Mall after reports of an armed robbery at a store inside. Your police have not confirmed whether shots were fired, but they say the mall will stay closed for some time while officers investigate. No injuries have been reported.
Help for LPD officer killed the line of duty just outside of Ottawa. Shirley Cole.
Sergeant Derek Mueller is being remembered as a coach, mentor, and leader. OPP Commissioner Thomas Curry spoke at his funeral and had a message for everyone in the country.
We need to restore respect for authority, the rule of law. We need to maintain trust and confidence in the police by opposing those who unjustly vilify the very protectors dedicated to, and in some cases giving their lives
Green card?
to serving and protecting us.
The 42-year-old Mueller leaves behind a 2-year-old daughter and 8-month-old son. His is the 10th funeral for a police officer who died on the job in Canada in the last 8 months. Sherlyn Close, City News.
Coming up in a few seconds, we'll check gas prices and, of course, cottage country traffic on the 9s.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Butler Mortgage.
My mortgage is renewing and rates have gone crazy.
Same here. I really needed good advice. I went to Butler Mortgage.
What happened?
Honesty happened. Best rate options plus telling me how to get a better deal from my own bank if that was best.
Wow, not just selling their own mortgage?
No, Butler Mortgage just told the truth and had a 4.49% fixed rate.
Get the answers at Butler Mortgage. License 12118, high ratio fixed rate APR of 4.50%.
Now, the City News gas price update. Just in time for the long weekend, Enpro predicts the price will rise 4 cents at midnight to 156.9 a liter at most GTA stations. Cottage country traffic on the 9s. Colette.
This report brought to you by MyMuskokaCottages.com. First of all, on the eastbound 401, we've got delays for Union and the collectors approaching White's Road in the Express. all the way out to Stevens
Wala
Street.
na
There is a crash on the ramp from the eastbound 401 to Brock Road. The left lane is blocked. Emergency cruiser on the scene. Heading northbound on the 115, approaching the 407 up to the 35 split. The left lane is shut down for construction, so it's very, very slow. Slow again through County Road 10, again because of construction. If you're Fort Erie bound on the QE, we've got delays right now from the 403 ramp to the Burlington Skyway, then Nikola Tesla to Fruitland. If you're heading northbound on Highway 12, we've got delays north of Durham Road 50 in Cambridge, down to a single lane both ways, all because of bridge work. And taking a look at the northbound 400, delays from Shepherd off and on to north of King, Aurora Road to north of 9, and then north of Innisfil Beach Road to north of Essa. Northbound Highway 11, north of Memorial Avenue to Highway 12. The left lane is closed for construction, so slow through that stretch. With Cottage Country traffic on the 9s, I'm Colette Desjardins.
Muskoka Realtor Bob Clark and his team know the Muskoka Lakes market the best. They represent buyers looking to purchase luxury waterfront cottages. Visit buymuskokacottages.com.
You ever have that dream? You're in your house, and you find a hidden door that leads to a whole other room you never knew was there. It's your basement. Make your dream come true. AGM can turn your basement into a man cave, in-law suite, playroom, home office, home gym, whatever, in just 3 weeks. Call now and get $5,000 off.
There's a life hack for controlling your cell phone spending in Canada. It's Chatter Mobile, your budget-friendly BFF. With prepaid plans from only $15 a month. With Chatter Mobile, you won't get stuck because there's no term contract, no credit check, and no overages. Yep, Chatter Mobile is a Canadian gem. Too good not to share. Fly with Canada's #1 prepaid mobile provider. Visit your local store or chattermobile.com. Here's Drive 11.
Traffic and weather together on the ones. Airborne, Kyle.
We still just have volume delays as you travel the 401. It's busy eastbound from Dixie to Leslie, alternately express to collectors, and then slow into Scarborough for more. To Kennedy in the collector lane, so take the express through there if you can. Westbound 401 is still slow from Brock Street to Salem, from the 404, alternately express to collectors to Dixon, approaching Dixie to west to the 410 and the collectors, and slowing approaching Jamestown, the express to approaching Guelph line. By the time you get to Guelph line, you're back up to speed from the 6 traffic center.
It's a tough drive getting out of downtown on the westbound Gardner and the westbound Lakeshore. Delays westbound Gardner from the DVP all the way to the 427. And we had a report of a stalled vehicle westbound Lakeshore, west of Sherbourne and the center lane. But it looks like every vehicle here is stalled out because it is so slow. Westbound Lakeshore jammed from Cherry to York and then busy approaching Parkside to Ellis. On the westbound QEW approaching Dorval, there's been a change here. Only the HOV lane is blocked now with this collision, so they did reopen the 2 left lanes. But a huge backup westbound QEW from approaching Ford Drive to approaching Dorval. Westbound 403 is jammed from Dundas onto the QEW ramp at Oakville. We still have a closure in Burlington. North Shore is shut down in both directions between Francis and Maple. That's under the QEW. It's closed for a collision investigation. So major delays westbound on the Lake Shore. Also northbound Maple taking a lot of that overflow as well. And in the Hamilton area on the eastbound Lincoln Alexander Parkway approaching Garth, the left lane is blocked with a collision. That has traffic backed up onto the eastbound 403 from approaching Wilson. If you're traveling the eastbound QEW, it's a little bit busy approaching Bronte to approaching Trafalgar because of that westbound problem. And then we have delays through Mississauga from Erin Mills to Dixie. And it's a slow go on the eastbound Gardner from Park Lawn to the Jarvis ramp. Your next traffic report is at 5:21. Now with the forecast, here's Chief Meteorologist Natasha Ramsahide.
6 degrees. That's going to be the overnight low. We're staying dry tonight, dry through the day. Tomorrow, increase in cloud at 23 degrees. Now, there is going to be a slight chance of an afternoon shower. Niagara as well as Oshawa, but staying dry in the city until Friday evening. We'll get into light rain. It may turn heavy at times overnight into Saturday, especially for the North GTA and into Cottage Country. Saturday, the first half of the day is raining. We'll get sunny breaks in the afternoon and a seasonal high of 18 degrees. Tonight, down to a low of 6 degrees.
Now the Dynamic Funds Market Minute, Richard Sutherland.
There's the trading day in the books. Ended up being a money maker in the end. A last-minute rally. The Dow closing higher by 115 points to 33,535. S&P up 1%. The Nasdaq up 188 points. TSX, Canada's main stock index, managed a gain of almost a point. Pretty flat for TSX at 20,297, as gold futures fell $25 to 1,960, and oil pulled back to $71.98 a barrel. Canadian dollar 74.03 US. This is City News.
Inflation, rising interest rates, volatility. Whatever markets have in store, a financial advisor can help. Now is the time to invest with advice. Visit dynamic.ca/advice.
You can't fake real. And real is when Grolsch is best. That's why I got the band in. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bold taste, root for real flavor. Something you can experience live in the thick of the action. Oh, by the way, new 24 can pack of 355 ml Grolsch, now available for only $49.95. So grab your friends and go where the music takes you.
Grolsch. Brewed for real flavor. Must be legal drinking age. Available at the beer store while supplies last.
Hey, 100. 100.
Get tickets today to the Tony, Olivier, Grammy, and Pulitzer Prize-winning musical. It's the story of America's age. Told by America. Now, Hamilton.
Nag-train.
Get tickets at Mervis.com. Now extended through August 20th.
Pag-agaw ta.
Toronto's news.
Too late.
680. Everywhere.
Kung i-reskilig.
202.
Skies in downtown Toronto, 14 degrees, feels like 11. I'm James Monroe.
And I'm Caitlin Lee. Here's what's making news these hours.
Hurricane Hazel would likely approve. The winds of change are blowing through Peel. The Ford government has outlined the steps it'll take over the next couple of years to split up the region into 3 separate municipalities.
The stickiest thing in the divorce is not the two people who decide they can no longer get along with each other, but how you then divide the marital assets.
We're gathering all kinds of reactions, trying to make sense of it for you. Happening now in Markham, a heavy police presence around currently closed Pacific Mall after reports of an armed robbery at a store inside. Just in time for the long weekend. Enpro predicts price of gas will rise 4 cents at midnight to 156.9. And of course, cottage country traffic coming up on the 9s.
Now, sports here
Halo
at
taro.
6-0.
And Caitlin, he's allowed 2 runs or less in 5 of his last 6 starts. And tonight, Jose Barrios gets the ball with the Jays going for the 4-game split home to the Yankees. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. not in the lineup for a second straight night, but the right knee is feeling a little bit better. We could see him pitch in this evening. Nestor Cortez will counter at 7 o'clock on Sportsnet 1 and Sportsnet 590 The Fan. And a pair of division rivals lost today. Some good news there. Angels beat the Orioles 6-5, and the Mets took down the Rays 3-2. Let's get to Oak Hill and Rochester, round 1 of the 105th PGA Championship. What a nice day for Canadian Corey Connors in the clubhouse with a 367. He is tied for second right now with Seb Straka and Scotty Scheffler. It is Bryson DeChambeau, the clubhouse leader at 4 under par. He is in with a 66. The NHL's Eastern Conference Final kicks off in Raleigh tonight with Game 1 between the Hurricanes and the Panthers. Carolina's David Carolina will return from a broken hand. He missed about a month or so. Sportsnet will have the game starting at 8. Tennis news, Rafael Nadal confirmed he will not play in the French Open because of ongoing hip issues. The 22-time Grand Slam champion also said he plans to retire after the 2024 season. And the Denver Nuggets host the Lakers tonight in Game 2 of the Western Conference Final. Denver leading 1-0, and that begins at 8:30. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca. At Lexus of Oakville, our goal is to take your Lexus experience to a higher level of perfection. But Lexus Radio, that's something you need to hear. Take the 2023 NX midsize SUV, for example. The power, the quality, the spacious interior. At a starting price of $51,982 plus HST and licensing.
Wow.
The 2023 NX can suit you perfectly. Lexus of Oakville. Anyone can sell a car. Very few can deliver a Lexus.
Existing alarm systems, new alarm systems, alarm system upgrades. At the monitoring center, we do it all for the lowest possible cost. It's time for a change. Free yourself from long-term, high monthly contracts when you switch your alarm monitoring to the monitoring center. Monthly rates starting at only $9.99 per month. Call us today for your free quote.
Canada's Competition Bureau taking Cineplex to court and issue an extra $1.50 that moviegoers are paying when they buy a ticket online. The Bureau says says that an example of something called drift pricing, or a junk fee, something that's now explicitly recognized as a harmful business practice in Canadian law. Cineplex has not yet responded. The extra charge does not apply to ticket spot at the theater for anyone who's part of their monthly subscription program. Got your traffic on the 9s, Colette.
Thanks. This report is brought to you by Access Storage. So on the eastbound 401, we've got delays for Port Union and the collectors approaching Whites Road and the Express to Stevenson. Now, if you're going to get off the ramp to Brock Road, we've got a crash. 2 left lanes are blocked. We've got emergency crews on the scene.
20 minutes.
If you're heading northbound on the 115, we've got construction slowing things down. Approaching the 407 to the 35 split, the left lane is closed. And then slow again through County Road 10, again because of construction. Highway 7A busy into Port Perry, and Simcoe busy also north and south through Port Perry. Northbound and southbound Bowmanville was slow through King Street. And if you're Fort Erie bound on the QEW, just seeing delays right now from basically the 403 ramp to the Burlington Skyway Bridge, and then from Red Hill Valley to Centennial. Heading northbound on the 400, we've got delays for Shepherd on and off north of King, Aurora Road to north of 9, and then north of Innisfil Beach Road to north of SM. With country traffic on the 9s, I'm Colette Desjardins.
Need a place to stash the canoe? Access Storage. Affordable and flexible storage solutions for all your water gear in a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca. Annoying.
What?
Your muffler. You don't hear it?
Oh, I don't even notice it. I usually drown it out with the radio.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah. Way better.
Save on insurance by switching to Bel Air Direct and use the money to fix your car. Bel Air Direct insurance simplified. Conditions apply.
The warmer weather is calling, and Wine Rack is your local destination for any occasion. Whether it's a date night on the patio or chilling in the backyard with friends. At Wine Rack, you can shop your favorites, from refreshing grower ciders to premium wines like Niagara's Jackson Drake, Inniskillen, and Stately Rosé. So why not bring in your savings with limited time offers of up to $3 on select purchases at Wine Rack, in your neighborhood and at winerack.com.
Must be legal drinking age. Please drink responsibly. See store for details.
Circle K fuel days back?
Yep, on Thursday, May 18th, 4 to 7 p.m., Circle K is dropping the price of fuel by 10 cents per liter. Discount is right at the pump. Only May 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. Details at CircleK.com.
Today's time, 5:21. Traffic and weather together on the one. Dearborn, Kyle Hawking.
We're just flying out near the Burlington Skyway. We have a closure underneath the QEW. North Shore Boulevard is closed right under the highway from Francis to Maple. It's closed on either side of the Queen E. It's because of a collision investigation. I can see a cyclist has been struck here. That's what was reported by police. So an investigation ongoing. They've laid down some evidence markers, and it is blocked in both directions. This section is North Shore. So heavy delays in here or in this area. So just make sure you avoid it if your plans takes you through this.
Oh, we call it get them.
Reported now on the westbound 401 west of
Saan mo na?
25.
Di mo.
Lane blocked for the collision. Turn closed
Huh?
from Broad Street to Salem.
Saan ka naguga?
Express and collectors.